Hi, my name is Dave Grant. Welcome to the Retirement Matters blog. Retirement Matters is a financial planning and an investment management company in Barrington, Illinois and Mesa, Arizona. Today we're covering the TRS AAI pension buyout and some concerns that people have. Is the pension not secure? Why is there a buyout being offered? What is the underlying tone to all of this? Why is this even on the table? So sit back, relax, and here we go. In order to understand where all this is coming from in terms of this pension buyout and where the problems are coming from, you're going to understand, well, where does TRS stand now? So TRS is one of the worst funded pension plans in the country, currently in the top 5 or bottom 5, whatever you want to call that, currently funded at just under 40% of all the liabilities that it owes, which is not great. So with that being said, lots of different things are being introduced. Some are getting all the way through and some are being stopped at state government levels as to things that we can do to relieve that burden on the pension plan, and this AAI program is one of them. Now, the reason this is being introduced and the pension plan itself is not being changed because the pension plan has constitutional protection. That means that pension benefits of people who have already paid in cannot be changed, and that's protected by the Illinois Constitution. So in order for the pension plan itself to be changed from anyone who's already paid in, the Constitution would have to be changed, which requires a whole procedural process at the state government level. So that's why refunds are coming in, or buyouts for inactive members, which is the APB program, or it's being changed for people who haven't paid in yet. That's why you see various different tiers of the pension plan. So when you think about your situation, you have to understand, well, how much risk do you like putting onto the state's shoulders versus how much risk do you like to take on yours? So for example, if you leave your whole pension and all of its cost of living adjustment to the state, you're essentially transferring all the risk onto them. They may do great with it and pay you all your benefits throughout retirement, or they may not. But if they don't, you've put all the risk on them, so you don't have a choice as to what happens. You're now being given a choice with the AAI program to take the risk that they're taking and shift it to yourself. That means that you'll get some money from your pension yourself. You can choose to invest it, you can choose to do whatever, but at that point, you're responsible for that portion. The one advantage of doing this is you get to choose your own investments. TRS has its own investment philosophy inside of the pension plan, and in my opinion, it's not that great. It uses a lot of private equity, hedge funds, things that are expensive, and things that don't necessarily do as well as the overall stock market over a long period of time. So if you were then to take some of that money that is owed to you and you invest it yourself and do it in a very cost-efficient manner, lower some of those fees on the investments, you may actually do a better job than TRS is doing with their investments. So this circles around to the main question of, well, why is this whole thing being introduced? Is the pension not that secure? If you look at that unfunded liability of 40%, in my opinion, it's not that secure. So that's why this buyout is being introduced, to kind of make it more secure by taking some of the liability off the books. But in your situation, you have to then think, what are you comfortable with? Are you comfortable with the state taking everything, or do you want to take some risk as well and take some of that money ahead of time? One of the big questions when it comes down to deciding if you take this AAI buyout is all about control. Do you want to have control over your investments and a portion of your pension, or do you want to have the state take control over all of it and also be responsible for all of the payouts? That's probably the big thing that you have to understand is, do you want control, and do you want to just shape the way your money's being used in your retirement?